Hello, welcome back to another episode of Steve's Workout. How's that? I don't know, man. I couldn't come up with anything major. It's just an episode of Steve's Retirement Corner. I'm doing my standing up exercises today to go along with that floor exercise I did the other day. For this one here, you're gonna need you don't need a daggone stool, man. I got one, so I use it. You can do the same thing on a step going up to the second story of your house. You can use the same thing going step leading up to your house. Those are actually better because you have rails to hold on to kind of guide you until you learn and are able to do things. And a chair, my favorite thing in the whole house. This is what I do. I usually do 10 reps of this exercise. I call it sit-downs because that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting down. That's something people have a lot of trouble doing as they get older, and I didn't want to have that trouble. Let me back it up, make sure I'm in the camera. I had a hard time doing things with my right leg before I retired. I don't have any trouble now. It's because I've been doing this for so long. But I get your feet about shoulder width apart, and I cross my arms like this here. This here helps your posture. It helps your balance, and it helps with your leg strength. Because balance and range of motion plays a lot into your daggone stability. So I tend to try to work on that as much as I can. But this is the way this goes. I do 10 of these. I do like this here, and I'll do sit down in a chair, right like that, and then stand up. You can see how I got to lean forward in order to keep your balance. You can't stand like this. You have to get that little lean in. Your whole body's working together. So I do about 10 of those. Well, I do 10 of those. Once in a while I'll do 20, but generally it's just 10. I ain't trying to be Mr. America or anything. And then I go get my stool. My right leg is the one that gives me problems, so I do an extra set on that. Now, I don't do nothing but I do one set of everything. Even when them push-ups I was doing, I consider that one set. The only thing I do multiple sets on is these ones I use the steps on. I do one set of my bicycles, one set of the planks. I do a couple sets of the stretches, and I do one set of those. Everything else I do 2 sets on. But this is something I had to do when I first retired in order to be able to keep climbing a ladder. I had a hard time climbing a ladder with my right leg. And that's why I like to do it barefoot, because you can look at your feet and you can see your tendons working and your ankle rocking a little bit. You can see how everything works together. And I can learn off of how my left foot works. That's why I said I had to learn how to walk again. I didn't have to, but I was doing it wrong on my right side. That's why I was having so much trouble. My joints don't meet like they used to, or like they should, so they weren't working together efficiently. They were working together to get the job done, but it wasn't doing a very good job. But all I do is step up, just like you here. Then I step off with my left foot and do that. I do 5. I do it 5 times, and I do 5 on my left leg. See, that allows me to look down and I can see, and you can feel it, how everything works together. And then I do 3. I do that 3 times on my right leg because I always want to get an extra set in on there. And then I do 2 sets on my left leg. And then I do something on, I do the same thing, but I'm stepping off. And I do 10 reps of that. I do 5 on each foot, just because I end up back where I'm at. No rhyme or reason anything I do, but it seems to help me. And I don't know if this is an exercise. It's I don't know. It's just a movement. But I do like this here. Step up on my right, step down with my left. I do this 5 times, and it usually puts me over there. And then I do step up with my left, and I step off with my right. I'm trying to go down slowly and guide my way down. I try to do things slowly and intentional. If you speed things up, it works different. It works a different type of muscle fiber. You got fast twitch and slow twitch. I'm currently working on doing some fast twitch exercises for my push-ups. So I've got to learn. I want to do the practice the form and stuff where I do need that. But anyways, I do that. I do 3 with my right. No, I do 10 flat, just flat 10, 5 on each. And then this is something that helped me a lot to be able to climb steps with my right leg. It's sort of a progression. I just tap my left toe to the floor. I didn't do too good that time. Let's try that one again. And concentrate. It helps with your balance. And you can feel your ankle working. Because your ankle, your knee, your hip, all that's got to work together. And you can tell it. And then I do 3. I do that 3 times. I do 5 on my right. Then I do 5 on my left. That wasn't very good either. I ain't concentrating. Let's try that again and concentrate. But like I said, I do 2 sets of 5 on my left, 3 on my right, because that's that's my problem leg, and I'm working on my problem leg. And then I got one more thing that something I've recently started doing. Sometimes I can't do it on my right leg, sometimes I can. So I was able to do it twice this morning, so hey, it's looking good. We'll see. I do the same thing, but I do it on the side and I lower my heel to the ground. I don't know what that is, about 6-8 inch high stool. So, but I put my foot in the middle of the stool to do this. I want my feet a little bit closer together. And it kind of looks something like this if I can do it. This here has a lot to do with, I have trouble opening my hip. And this helps me do that. It helps me work on doing that. And it works on your balance. All these steps with the stool work on your balance too. So, but it goes something like this here if I can do it. I try to do that 2 or 3 times on my left leg, on my right leg. Then I just do it once or twice on the left because it ain't no problem there. I'm catching that lip on that thing here. One more try. See, by doing it on my left leg, I'm watching and paying attention to how my body works, and I'm trying to mimic that on my right leg. That's what I'm doing. One more time. See how my hip opened up more that time? And that's it. The next thing I do is I do a few laps up and down the hall on my heels. And then I do a few on my toes. I tend to have shin splints when I take my walks if I don't do that. And then I go take my little walk around the park. I don't know whether any of this stuff is actually doing me any good, especially since I don't eat healthy. But it can't hurt, and I can see a difference anyways. But that's what I do. And you know, hey man, I think free weights are the way to go. But you really need to work on your form and your technique on that. They tend to be dangerous because it's not like a machine. If you get stuck with a couple 100 pounds on your chest, what the heck are you gonna do? You know, you need a spotter. Body weight exercises, you don't need nothing but about 7 foot by 3 or 4 foot wide piece of spot on the ground. You can do it in any weather. You ain't got to go nowhere. You can lay right down there in the living room and do it. That's why I do it. It's cheap. And I don't know. I think it works. But anyways, man, you'll take care. We'll see y'all later. Hey man, I screwed up. I got to add this in there. I forgot to show you probably the most important exercise I do for my balance is I think it's called the tree pose in yoga. A lot of this stuff I do has names to it. I don't know what the heck they are. Some of it don't. But and once again, I do 3 sets on my right leg and 2 on my left. So, and it goes something like this here. This is the way I do it, and I put a little different spin on things on the last set on each leg. First thing I do is get on my right leg. I see before I couldn't even get my left leg up that high, and I'd have to do it like this. I tell you not to push on this knee because it's not good for your joint. But I had to, because I couldn't get it up over my knee and put it rested on the bottom of my thigh. And that's about as high as I can get it. I can't get it much higher than right here. So I do what I can, and eventually I work at getting better at it. Same as I do every daggone thing else. But it goes like this here. I'll show you a little bit. And I time this, but I don't time it like people tell you to do it. I do it the way I want to. Heck on everybody else. I get like this here, and I'm barefooted, so I can really tell what kind of grip I got on the ground. I can feel how my ankles work and my toes, where my weight's going and everything. It just helps me feel better. I can feel it better. But I'll go up here, and then I get in a nice comfortable position and take a deep breath. And then I count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. And then I do it on my left leg. And yeah, I do 2 sets on my left leg and 3 on my right. And this is the way I do it on my left leg. Is this is the little extra that I do on my left leg after my second rep. I get here like this here, get comfortable, take a deep breath, then just count 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, and then I try to count to 5 closing my eyes. So let's try that. 1001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. Now we're going to try to close my eyes. I don't know what that was. Close enough. I do a little something different on my right leg for my last set. And it'll go something like this here. You have to really concentrate and pay attention to a lot of this stuff, and I don't. Not while I'm filming anyways, but we'll give it a shot for you. Then I do the same here, count to 5. Then I do here and count to 5. I lost it. Let's try that again, because I got 2 more moves after that. Let's try that again. Alright, we do it here, then we do it here, then we do it here, then I do it straight up, and then I lower it back to here, then I come in here, and then I try to close my eyes for 5 seconds. Let's try that. And that's it. That exercise is a lot easier to do without your shoes on, I can tell you that. And you really have to concentrate, man. You have to pick a point out in front of you and concentrate on it in order to be able to do it. I do anyways. But my balance is definitely increased since the day I retired. And I'm hoping that'll carry right on through the rest of my life. you lose your balance, you lose your range of motion, you lose a little bit of strength, and you have a hard time getting around, and I don't want that. Hopefully it helps. But anyways, man, I had to add this on the end because I forgot. Y'all take care.